And we are live.
Hello. New
Hello.
faces.
We got a lot of new faces in the third week for White Summer, and I'm super excited to have Mies and Angelo over here. Let's do a quick round of introduction. Mies, you want to get started?
Sure thing. My name is Mies. I'm filling in for Nela. I'm the founder and CEO of Fiberplane, and we're doing, of course, code gen for MCP servers.
Awesome. Angelo, what about you?
Hi everyone, I'm Angelo. I'm an engineer at ElevenLabs. I work on our conversational AI that integrates with MCP servers, or we also have our own MCP server that you can use to do text-to-speech and speech-to-text. And I think ElevenLabs, we're just generally very excited about MCP, so super happy to be here.
Awesome. Thank you both for being over here. I'm super excited for you both that are over here. I don't want to jump into directly, into like getting things. I'm curious to know about. We're talking about MCPs. Let's talk about if you folks use any kind of MCPs or any kind of AI tools, to be more productive or just any or to do just any fun stuff as well.
Yeah. Happy to kick it off. So, big user of Claude Code. I will say, in combination with Cursor, so kind of go back and forth between the two occasionally. I have hooked up, for instance, the linear MCP server. So I do like the flow of telling Claude, hey, we're going to tackle this particular issue. It obviously fetches the content and starts working on it, and then closes it out as we deploy and merge a pull request. So that's been a bit of a good flow for me.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I've been trying to use Claude Code as much as possible for everything. I think it's underrated how you just give it a bash script that sends emails and it can do, basically everything. So I'm trying to make sure we're not purchasing extra software that we maybe don't need. Just Claude Code and MCP all the way.
Yeah. What about you, Harshil? What do you use?
Just like both of you, I am a Claude Code fan. I use Claude Code every day, but I'm trying to also play around and build some MCP servers for myself. So one thing that I have been trying to do, which I later on realized was a stupid idea, was to build an MCP server on Fiberplane's code gen platform to connect my lights and then try to access them via workers. So that was something I tried out. It works, but then I was like, do I or should I make it, accessible to the internet, or should it just be local? So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
let's just scrap this. It should be local. I don't want to do it anymore.
You should definitely add authentication to it if you do go on the internet, because you don't want everybody else.
Yeah.
I will, by the way, give a special shout out to Cursor background agent. So another flow that's kind of cool is if you're in Slack, you can add the Cursor app, and you can basically tell it to at Cursor, do this thing, start looking into this issue, build something, and it will spin up a background agent and then do a PR and a report back inside of Slack.
I find that super useful for writing docs and stuff, where you say okay, look at this PR that just merged, and now write some docs for it. It just frees up so much time if you were previously writing technical docs.
As far as I understand, though, so the Cursor background agents are not, I think, aware of MCP servers. So you can't, I think, at this point, I think they're working on it, but you can't reference a linear ticket from within Slack. It will obviously say that I'll try looking into this thing, but it can't connect to it, I think, from the background agent as it would if you were running Cursor, locally on your laptop, which is a bit of a shame now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited to see when Claude can just run in a sandbox environment, and you can just trigger it off from Slack. I think that's going to be super exciting. I think Claude, it already gets most of the way there.
Anybody tried GPT-5?
It was on my list. I wanted to try it, but on the launch day itself. But for some reason, I think a lot of people are trying it out in Cursor itself. So was not able to do it. And since then, yeah, I haven't got a chance to do it.
For my use case, like I tested it out straight away where we wanted to offer it inside our conversational AI product, but there like latency is really important. And even if you set the reasoning to minimal, it's just like that time to the first byte is just not as good. It's just like easily 2x what it was before. I don't even think you get, for these conversational use cases, maybe you don't need the most intelligence. So it's not necessarily like you really feel like, oh, thank God I've got this extra latency because I get a really better response. I don't think you get that at all.
Yeah, I experienced a bit of the same, even while coding, right? Like I felt it was quite precise and good in reasoning, but it was a bit on the slow end for me compared to GPT 4.0 and Cloud Code before.
For sure. But Harshil, what's coming up at Cloudflare? Like I feel like you guys have been shipping a lot of really cool like AI forward stuff, like workers. I think you guys are really well positioned to do well with AI.
There are a lot of exciting things coming up at Cloudflare. You mentioned like running Cloud Code in Sandbox. So we have something called Cloudflare Sandbox, where you can basically like have Cloud Code running inside a sandbox. You can run any code that is generated by the agent inside a sandbox. So, agent might create some malicious code. You don't really want to run it out your own infra, so you can use a sandbox to do that. So when you were mentioning this, I was like, yeah, maybe I should build like a small demo where if it talks with Slack, runs Cloud Code in the sandbox. That might be something cool.
Yeah.
That's it.
Any other forward-looking statements? Roadmap?
I would just stay tuned. There are a lot of new things coming up soon. There are a lot of things coming up soon. I would just say that I don't want to like reveal everything right now.
All right. Shall we get into Vibe Summer?
Let's dive into it.
So I think before we kick it off with the new challenge, we're going to announce the winner of the previous challenge.
Yeah, so this would be the winners for the week 1. If you are still in, working on week 2 challenges, you still have got time. Make sure that you submit your entries via the form. You can again find everything on the Discord channel. So go ahead, check that out. But this is going to be the winners for week 1. And we went through the submissions for week 1. I was like amazed how quickly people were able to build MCP servers and like the creative ideas that people had, and 2 of them stood out for us. So maybe let me just stop talking and share my screen so that we can quickly take a look at these.
Yeah, the submissions were quite impressive, I'll say.
All right.
And a lot of production value in the videos as well.
Definitely.
Which I love.
Mies, do you mind bringing up my screen?
Yeah.
All right. So the first one is called Trove. The idea over here is basically it does a lot of things. So it allows you to add the articles that you want to read or you want to catch up or you have already read, but you want it for like a future reference, to add it to your database, and you can then query them using MCP servers. One really interesting thing I liked about it was that you can have extensions. So the creator over here also created an extension where you can just put in the link and just click on save link, and it does all the things for you. If I move forward, you can connect it to your Claude desktop application or any MCP client, and then simply use that MCP server to interact with all the links, get the links, and also add links. So this was a really well thought project because it did a lot of things. It just not added an MCP server, but it also added like a user flow of an extension where you can add things via the extension, but also use it via an MCP server. So this was one of the exciting projects, and I think I might use this myself. I don't know about you both.
I definitely struggle still with keeping up with all the news, right? There's a lot of tabs open. never return. So yeah, I'd use this.
For sure, yeah.
I want to kind of extend the idea over here because we have Angelo from ElevenLabs. So what I was thinking, and I have done something similar in the past, hook it up with ElevenLabs so that on the go I can listen to the article instead of just reading through it, which I think would be like an interesting way.
I think the favorite projects I see like on the internet every now and then on Twitter is like somebody does exactly that, but it's like inside their car and like on the way to work, it's talking to them and telling them all the daily news. Like anytime it's like embodied in something else, it just makes me so excited to see that like the technology is actually talking to you. So I think it's super cool.
Yeah, we'll obviously get into ElevenLabs in a bit, but one of the fun projects that we did and we presented on our show, Call My Agent, like and subscribe, where we basically sort of take your in cursor, you take all the Git commits that you've done, you use that with a Fiberplane MCP agent, publish those Git commits, and then the MCP server shells out to ElevenLabs and turns that into a podcast. Similar here, you can like catch up on, hey, what's everybody been sort of doing while I was on vacation? Here's a podcast with all the Git commits and all the updates from the team. It's kind of fun.
So something similar is like when we recently released like a new music model, and whilst we were releasing that, the person working on the front end of the music model like copied his PR diff by mistake into the music model to generate a song, and it actually sounded pretty great. So kind of one of the things I've been bringing up internally is like, why didn't we give every PR a song attached to it?
I love it.
Yeah, I'm not sure how valuable that would be, but cool.
Love it. I love the fun ideas. All right. So this was one of the two projects that we really liked. I'm going to move on to the next one, and this is called ScreenShift. It is also like a really interesting project because it does a lot of things with screenshots. So as you can see, all right, it's playing. Yeah. I don't know about you all, but I take a lot of screenshots and it's like a bit messy for me on my desktop. And this is like an MCP server that allows you to take care of that. I think it does categorization of the screenshots. It also helps you clean your desktop with those screenshots. And there's like a lot more. I'm going to try to jump through this. Yeah. So this is where they show how they created this using the Fiberplane code gen, and they also used Gemini over here for, I think, recognizing the images. And they also created an Apple shortcut, which is something I'm recently diving into. So it's like a well-thought project again. Just going to try to skip through the videos. Yeah, just showing how it works. You take a screenshot, it gets added, and then you can use the MCP server. Yeah, it automatically is going to do the recognition for that. This was another of my favorite one. Again, I do a lot of screenshots of things. They just are messy around on my desktop, and I love this.
Yeah, this one's great. And again, love the production quality in the video.
Exactly. Yeah. Have any of you tried Apple shortcuts though? I'm curious.
So I think I have not so much, but my understanding that there's a very big community around it.
Yeah.
But I haven't used it myself.
Yeah, I haven't used it myself either, but I know it's one of the things we're excited about is that like with the next iOS launch, they're opening up a lot more things to kind of like other kinds of shortcuts. So you can customize, like, for example, what your alarms look like. We think there's like a lot of opportunities there with like setting up that up with MCP servers, like where your alarm in the morning wakes you up, but it also, reads you what your calendar looks like today via MCP. That's the thing I think I'm most excited about at the moment.
Awesome. That's fantastic. All right. I'm going to come back to this to announce the winners before I diverge into another topic. I'm just going to do a bit of drum roll. And Mies, do you want to announce the winner?
Yeah. It is screen shift.
Ooh, congratulations to the screen shift developer. We're gonna reach out to you with further details, but again, we love what you did. It was a really well thought project. Same for Truth, but I think ScreenShift had a little bit of edge over Truth. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to what you build for week 3. So jumping into now week 3, let's talk about it.
Voice.
Yeah, I mean, so like I said, I mean, ElevenLabs, we're really excited about the combination of voice is what we do really well. MCP is what some other people do really well, and we want to support that. So yeah, for week 3, we're just really excited to see how you combine voice and MCP.
Awesome. Let's do this, Angelo, for the folks who might have not heard about ElevenLabs. Do you want to do like a quick demo, like talk about what ElevenLabs is and show folks how they can use ElevenLabs?
Sure, I'll share my screen. Can you see this?
Yep.
Yeah. So ElevenLabs, we're like audio research and product deployment company. We do AI audio research. So we recently launched our V3 music model. V3 text-to-speech model. It's currently in alpha, so that means it's kind of like a research preview we're still working on, but it has much better, let's say, emotional understanding. So you can put in these audio tags here, like to tell the model how to speak, and then it will try to emulate that as much as possible. So I'll just kick it off here. Now, sometimes
hey, Vibe Summer, let's go. Excited to see what everyone builds. Hey, Vibe Summer, let's go. Excited to see what everyone builds.
Yeah, so as you can see, Generation 2 was a bit more of the alpha mode, and Generation 1 was quite good. But it has, I mean, V3 is a really amazing model. You can add kind of all sorts of sound effects inside these tags. So if I add air horn sound, it'll probably make the sound of an air horn. Let's give it a go.
Hey, Vibe Summer, let's go. Excited to see what everyone builds.
Yeah, so as you can see, it's kind of, it's really got some really good understanding of the world around it. And by putting in anything basically inside these audio tags, you can steer the model to do whatever you would like. We've also got a sound effects model, so you can generate the sound of anything. So if you want to make the sound, make a summary of a PR and then put in some thunderous bass, you can add that in there. Yeah, that can sound pretty good. Another really exciting thing is we've launched a new music model. So you can create kind of any song you would like, and you can really give it really good prompts. Like here I've said romantic melody with loving words. You can create, I've used it to create Italian songs. And it's even worked for me making Sicilian songs. And finally, the kind of third core pillar we have is our speech to text. So you can transcribe any video. I watched the 20 VC podcast, and here, for example, it's kind of managed to transcribe the entire audio of this YouTube video, and also diarized it in the sense that means it's told you which of the 3 speakers is saying what. And this can be really useful to plug into an LLM to generate a summary. So that's kind of the creative platform we've built over the last few years. And then recently this year, we switched into conversational AI. This is kind of our product of utilizing both the speech to text side and the text to speech side and putting an LLM in the middle to generate like a full pipeline of audio to audio. So you're just speaking to an underlying model, and you can create any agent. So let's say I want to create an agent for my business. I'm a software company. I want to do outbound sales. I work for Fiberplane and I want to build a voice agent that sells Fiberplane. Let's call this Fiberplane test. Now it's going to create an agent for me. I'll just give that a second to scrape Fiberplane's website. It's
not a lot of website.
It's not a lot.
Let's see.
Well,
let's see.
What's it generate? Hi, thanks for calling. I'm reaching out from Fiberplane. Do you have a quick minute to discuss improving your team's incident response? That seems slightly wrong. So it's generated some system prompt here, and then I can also set it to be in every language that we support. There's 32 at the moment. I'm just going to enable it to switch languages. save that, and then I can call this agent. I hope you guys can hear, but let's try.
Hi, thanks for calling. I'm reaching out from Fiberplane. Do you have a quick minute to discuss improving your team's incident response?
Can you tell me the coolest thing that you think you know about Fiberplane?
I think the coolest thing about Fiberplane is its collaborative, notebook-based approach to incident management. It allows teams to work together in real.
And then I'm not sure if you saw there at the bottom, you could also text the agent whilst you're speaking to it. So this can be super helpful if you're using your agent to maybe collect emails that want to sign up to a platform. Speaking an email can be really annoying, but our conversational AI is multimodal, so you can enter that in there. And it has full access to tools, so you can call various like webhooks, make push requests, and then these tools can also be integrations with MCP servers. So you can define an MCP server as either being a streamable HTTP server or an SSE MCP server. You can define different kinds of security that you want for your MCP server. Here I've just put that it doesn't need any approval, but then it integrates with my MCP server. So here it's like able to send emails, able to book slots in my calendar. So you can give your agent any tools that it wants. Anything that has an MCP server, you can now add to an agent and give it those tools during a conversation. And then finally, you can give it a phone number, so anyone can call this agent. And let's see if I can get a call from Fiberplane. Let's see. Let's try Fiberplane. I'm gonna put my phone number in real quick. This is just my test phone number.
Don't call Angelo.
Yeah, no, this one's.
Thanks for calling. I'm reaching out from Fiberplane. Do you have a quick minute to discuss improving your team's incident response?
So there you can see it's taken like maybe 5 minutes to create an agent, set it up, give it a phone number. This takes 2 minutes to import from Twilio. And then you can set it loose, trying to sign customers, set appointments, educate people about their warranty, whatever it is you actually need. I mean, there's like a million things it could do. But any tool that you can expose via an MCP server, we can call. And yeah, that's what we're super excited about.
That's awesome. This might be a good segue into what's the challenge.
Yeah, I'll stop sharing 1 second. Yeah, so there are kind of 3 tracks I'm really excited to see. Any one is fine. They will be judged equally based on merits. And there's kind of like, these are basically the 3 approaches we have to MCP at ElevenLabs. So like, we want to be really easy to integrate into your MCP servers. So if you're already building an MCP server and you want to set up some kind of audio processing inside there, we definitely want to support that, and I'm really keen to see what you can build with it. So whether you're, like Mies suggested, adding text-to-speech inside your GitHub commits reader, or you're maybe transcribing some customer calls and making GitHub issues based on that. Those are very cool ideas we want to see. Then we also have our own MCP server. So if you want to try experiment hooking up that MCP server into Cursor and see what you can do with it, or put that into Claude, wherever you're using your MCP servers, we'd love to see what you're able to do with it.
That's a cool idea, actually, because I do hear like people are sort of dictating their prompts quite a bit.
Yeah.
Especially if like it's like a bunch of chunky work.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, if you want to
usually easier, to ramble.
Code, that'd be sick. And then the final piece is, as I just showed, we support MCP servers inside our voice agent product. And so super keen to see people using the MCP servers, maybe the ones they made in week 1, inside a really cool voice agent experience.
Nice. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Once again, I'm just going to let folks know that if you want to get into a little bit more of details or just want to refer it by yourself, we have everything on our GitHub repo that we have shown earlier as well. We will be adding this link on our Discord server and hopefully in the video recorded on the YouTube. So that should be on there as well. So you can go in there, check the details over there as well. One other thing I think we should also note over here is that if someone wants like further access to 11 Labs credit, we would be able to give them, but they will have to ask that for on the Discord server.
Yeah, I'll be in there if you need help with access. I'll be there to set that up for you.
Amazing.
Awesome. Did I miss anything else?
I think not. Vibesummer.honc.dev with all the details. The repos are there. The challenges are there. Join the Discord to ask questions and get more access. I think that's it. Curious to see what people build and hear what people build.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Angelo, any last minute words?
No, I mean, I think audio is still underexplored. It's still early. There's a lot of really amazing stuff to do, and it's kind of maybe the most impactful moment, I think, is when you sometimes seeing something on a screen is not as impactful as hearing it. It's kind of a very different feeling. So I think when you really get an amazing demo, it hits a lot harder even. So yeah, super excited to see what people build, and really hoping there's some amazing stuff coming out of it.
Awesome. Mies?
No, looking forward to seeing all the demos and then see you all, well, maybe not me, probably Nella and Harshil back on next week's stream.
Awesome. Thank you all for tuning in, and thank you both for joining in. Again, you have next week till for this particular challenge, and we're gonna announce the winner a week after that. So next week we are going to announce the winners for week 2, but you have till next week to take part in this challenge and submit your entries.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Thanks a lot, guys.
See you in.
See you all soon. Thank you.
Bye bye.